NASA's hidden role in Project Zeus, orbital weapons. High above the Earth, beyond the reach of ordinary satellites and telescopes, lies a secret arsenal that could change the course of modern warfare in an instant. While the world views NASA as an organization dedicated to space exploration and scientific discovery, a darker truth has been carefully hidden from public view. NASA has been quietly assisting the U.S. military in the development of an advanced orbital weapons platform, known only by its classified code name, Project Zeus. This covert operation is not about protecting humanity from extraterrestrial threats or advancing space technology. It's about weaponizing space on a scale that defies comprehension. And if Project Zeus is ever fully unleashed, it could bring about a new era of global dominance, one where a single strike from space could cripple entire nations. The origins of Project Zeus trace back to the 1980s, during the height of the Cold War. As tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union escalated, both nations recognized that the next frontier of warfare would be fought not on land, but in space. Conventional weapons, while devastating, had limitations. But a weapon stationed in orbit could strike any target on Earth with pinpoint accuracy and without warning. The Pentagon began exploring the concept of rods from God, a system that would deploy tungsten rods from orbit, striking with the force of a nuclear explosion, but without the radioactive fallout. But turning that concept into reality required technology that was decades ahead of its time. That's where NASA came in. While the public was led to believe that NASA's primary mission was to explore space and advance scientific knowledge, a classified division within the agency was tasked with developing the technologies necessary for Project Zeus. NASA's deep space research, propulsion systems, and advanced guidance technologies were quietly repurposed to create an orbital weapons platform capable of delivering kinetic strikes with surgical precision. By the early 1990s, NASA had developed the necessary propulsion systems and guidance algorithms to maneuver objects in low Earth orbit with unparalleled accuracy. But the real breakthrough came in 1995, when NASA, working alongside DARPA and the Department of Defense, successfully tested a prototype of the kinetic bombardment system. The test, which took place under the guise of a routine satellite deployment, confirmed that tungsten rods, dropped from orbit, could achieve hypersonic speeds and impact with the force of a small nuclear weapon. Project Zeus had moved from theory to reality. As the 21st century dawned, Project Zeus was no longer just an experiment. NASA had perfected the technology required to launch and position these orbital weapons platforms, and by the early 2000s, the first operational Zeus systems were quietly placed into orbit under the guise of communications and weather satellites. The platforms, each equipped with a payload of tungsten rods capable of striking any point on Earth within minutes, were strategically positioned to maintain constant global coverage. The implications were terrifying. Project Zeus gave the United States the ability to neutralize threats anywhere on the planet without warning, with no need for conventional military deployment. These orbital weapons, capable of penetrating hardened bunkers, disabling critical infrastructure, and creating localized devastation without radioactive fallout, represented the ultimate first strike weapon. And because kinetic bombardment systems operate silently and invisibly from space, detecting an impending attack was virtually impossible. But Project Zeus wasn't just about kinetic strikes. Classified documents revealed that the system had been upgraded with experimental directed energy weapons, high-powered lasers capable of disabling enemy satellites, disrupting missile systems, and even targeting ground-based facilities with precision. These energy weapons, powered by classified solar energy arrays developed by NASA, could operate continuously, providing a near-permanent state of orbital dominance. What made Project Zeus even more terrifying was its autonomy. By 2010, advancements in artificial intelligence allowed for the development of autonomous targeting and decision-making systems. These AI systems, integrated into the Zeus platforms, were capable of analyzing global threats in real time and making strike decisions with minimal human oversight. The prospect of a fully autonomous orbital weapons platform, capable of identifying and eliminating threats without human intervention, raised ethical and existential concerns. But those concerns were swept aside in the name of national security. In 2013, a series of unexplained incidents raised alarms among those who were aware of Project Zeus. Several satellites from rival nations inexplicably malfunctioned, falling silent without any trace of conventional interference. Classified reports suggested that these malfunctions were not accidents, but the result of Zeus platforms testing their directed energy capabilities. The message was clear. Project Zeus was fully operational, and those who threatened U.S. interests could be neutralized without ever knowing what had hit them. Today, Project Zeus remains one of the most closely guarded secrets in the world. Publicly, NASA continues its mission of space exploration and scientific discovery, but behind the scenes, it plays a critical role in maintaining and upgrading the Zeus platforms. As private space companies launch satellites and nations race to establish a presence in low Earth orbit, the secret network of orbital weapons grows ever more powerful. But with great power comes great risk. Those who control Project Zeus hold the fate of nations in their hands, and as space becomes increasingly militarized, the potential for catastrophic escalation grows. One miscalculation, one rogue decision by an autonomous AI system, could trigger a chain reaction that plunges the world into chaos. The truth about Project Zeus is more than just a conspiracy. It's a chilling reminder that humanity's greatest threat may not come from beyond the stars, but from the silent sentinels orbiting above us, waiting for the moment when they are called into action. And when that moment comes, the question won't be who launched the first strike. It will be whether humanity survives the aftermath.